Tonight, exclusively, here, we are going to solve all the world's problems. We're going to get rid of all the hate and tribalism and divisiveness. Everyone's going to love each other just in time for Christmas. Welcome to Keep It on Liberty. If you support a local approach to government that empowers individuals and their communities to solve problems over blunt force and top-down control radiating from Washington, D.C., you might just be a racist. What? That's according to the Salt Lake City Tribune, which recently ran this cartoon implying that Senator Mike Lee's calls for federalism as a path towards more cooperation and civility in American politics are, wink wink, equivalent to supporting Jim Crow laws. What? Ever the gentleman, Senator Mike Lee asks the obvious. Why is this okay? He asks in a Facebook post. I find this difficult to take from a publication that purports to promote civility. Shame on the Salt Lake Tribune. And for the record, I never use the term states' rights. States don't have rights. They have authority. People have rights that protect them against the misuse of authority. Can we have any kind of serious conversation about politics in this country without it immediately devolving into accusations of racism or bigotry? Can we have at least one conversation that doesn't end in name-calling and hateful smears? I'd like to think so, but frankly, it's not looking good. That's because the stakes are too high. If one tribe is winning, the other fears obliteration, so they fight back by any means necessary. I agree with Senator Lee. The role of the federal government was always intended to be limited, only interfering with local decisions in defense of individual rights. In other cases, it's best to let communities made up of those individuals decide how to handle their own problems because they are the ones best in position to understand those problems and the potential impact of proposed solutions. When the feds come charging in, demanding the same policy for everyone regardless of their individual circumstances, common sense and local nuance are likely to get crushed in the process. The left are hypocrites on this issue. They were all for localism when states were legalizing marijuana against federal law, or when states began legalizing gay marriage, or when sanctuary cities ignored federal immigration law. When it's a policy direction they like, it's all power to the people. When it's one they dislike, wait for it, it's just thinly disguised racism. But conservatives are hypocrites too. Those who want to federalize every crime so that they can look really tough on TV, or those who want to dictate personal choices and state prerogatives when it comes to medical cannabis. It's worth mentioning that Utah, Senator Mike Lee's state, just passed a medical cannabis initiative, overriding federal law in order to bring relief to patients across the state. Without localism, this wouldn't be possible. In an increasingly diverse and divided country, it makes less and less sense for one side to impose the rules on the other from the top down. Why not live and let live? Why not mind your own business? Why not a federal government that isn't in the business of choosing winners and losers? Why don't we let communities work things out for their own selves? Federalism isn't racist, not at all. But it might just be the only way we can all get along.